Hello and welcome back to Discovering Spain, Wildlife, Culture, and Travel Insights. I'm Mike.
And I'm Sarah. So today, we're doing a bit of a deep dive, aren't we?
We are. We're looking into the really diverse travel side of Spain.
And focusing specifically on the Canary Islands this time. We've got some great guides, some local insights, stuff that really brings it all to life.
Absolutely. Because Spain, you think cities, history, but the Canaries, that's a whole different world.
Such unique landscapes. And, well, ecologically, they're incredibly important, too. Definitely worth exploring.
So just to orient everyone listening, where exactly are we talking about?
Okay, so picture the map. They're sitting off the northwestern coast of Africa.
Right, out in the Atlantic.
Exactly. And that location, well, it's shaped pretty much everything about them, the climate, the nature.
But even though they're near Africa, they are politically part of Spain.
Oh, absolutely. They're an integral part of the Kingdom of Spain, an autonomous community, actually.
Right, which adds another layer to Spain's, regional variety.
Definitely. And it's not just one island. It's a whole archipelago.
Yeah, quite a collection.
You've got the 7 big ones: Tenerife, Fuerteventura, Gran Canaria, Lanzarote, La Palma, La Gomera, El Hierro.
Wow, okay. Each with its own kind of feel, I imagine.
Totally. And then there were 4 smaller islands, too: Graciosa, Alegranza, Los Lobos, and Montana Clara.
What really jumps out, I think, is just how varied the landscapes are.
It's the volcanic origin, you see, that's created these, well, really dramatic, sometimes quite stark natural settings.
Yeah, you can really see that in the photos.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
you might be on, say, a volcanic plain on one island.
Right.
And then the next, you're in this incredibly lush, almost sort of subtropical forest.
Quite the contrast.
Huge contrast. And then add in the reliably lovely climate and the culture. It's easy to see the appeal.
And speaking of the environment, you mentioned their importance. It sounds like they punch above their weight in terms of protected areas.
They really do. Think about this. 4 of Spain's 14 national parks are right there in the Canaries.
4 out of 14. That's
Well,
significant.
It absolutely underscores their ecological value. It's exceptional.
So which islands host these parks? Can you run through them?
Sure. So on Lanzarote, you've got Timanfaya National Park. That's the really volcanic one.
Okay.
Then Caldera National Park is in Gran Canaria. Garachone National Park, famous for its ancient forests. That's on La Gomera.
La Gomera. Yeah.
And, of course, the really iconic one, Tino National Park on Tenerife with a huge volcano.
Spain's highest mountain, isn't it?
That's the one. So, yeah, each park offers this unique glimpse into the island's ecosystems.
And it's not just land protection either, is it? There's something happening with marine conservation, too.
That's right. There are plans underway for Spain's very first fully marine national park.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's called Mar de las Calmas, off the coast of La Restinga on El Hierro.
Okay.
And the aim is really to protect this incredibly biodiverse underwater area, especially around a specific underwater mountain there called El Bajón. It's pretty exciting.
That sounds fantastic. Good news for the oceans. And something else I saw mentioned. The night skies.
Oh, yeah. They've actually earned this Starlight Destination status.
What does that mean exactly?
It basically means the conditions for stargazing are exceptional. Very little light pollution, clear skies.
Ah, I see.
So naturally, that's led to astronomy events, workshops, that kind of thing. Another unique draw.
Okay, so switching gears slightly.
Right.
What about for people who, like to explore on foot? Hiking opportunities.
Oh, it's brilliant for hikers. A real paradise?
Yeah.
We saw some info about guided tours. G Adventures offers some,
Right.
including one called Hiking the Canary Islands,
Yeah.
Tenerife, Enaga, and beyond. Sounds pretty comprehensive.
Yeah, that sounds like a great way to really get immersed. What kind of trails are we talking about?
Well, that specific tour mentioned exploring the Enaga region in Tenerife. It has these ancient, really atmospheric forests. And also doing the trek between Airhos and Masca, which is also on Tenerife, known for its dramatic gorge views.
Sounds stunning.
It does. And it seems G Adventures has quite a few options across Spain generally, not just the Canaries.
Oh, right.
Yeah, apparently over 20 tours covering wildlife, walking, culture, history, the whole lot.
Good to know. Okay, let's maybe zoom in on some of the specific islands and their parks.
Yeah.
Lanzarote first. What's special there?
Lanzarote, yeah, it's quite distinct.
Yeah.
Just north of it, you have the Chinijo Archipelago Natural Park,
Okay.
which is actually the biggest marine reserve in the whole EU.
Wow, really?
Yeah, and that includes the little island of La Graciosa, which is famous for having these really unspoiled virgin beaches.
Nice. And apart from the marine reserve, what else does Lanzarote offer naturally?
Well, Timanfaya National Park, obviously. The volcanic landscapes are just otherworldly.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the Charco de los Clicos, this bright green lagoon,
Huh.
the Natural Park of Los Volcanes, which is huge.
Right.
Lageria, that's the amazing wine region where they grow grapes in volcanic ash pits.
Oh, yeah, I've seen pictures of that. Incredible.
Isn't it? And the cave systems, too. The Green Caves and Famios del Agua are fascinating.
Okay, quite a lot packed into Lanzarote. What about Fuerteventura? That's more known for beaches, isn't it?
It is, but it has significant natural parks, too. Corralejo Natural Park is probably the most famous.
Why is that?
The dunes. Huge expanse of sand dunes that basically tumble right into the sea. Very different feel to Lanzarote.
Okay. Any other spots on Fuerteventura?
Yeah, there's Montaña de Tendaya, which is important culturally as well as naturally. Malpais de la Arena, that's a Badlands area. The protected landscape of Valabron.
Right.
Isla de Lobos Natural Park, which is a small island just offshore. And the big Jundia Natural Park down in the south.
Got it. So, moving to Tenerife now, the largest island. Sounds like it must have a real mix of environments.
It really does. Obviously, Tide National Park is the centerpiece.
Dominated by the volcano.
Exactly. Mount Tide, highest point in Spain, third biggest volcano on Earth. It's pretty immense.
Definitely a highlight. But what else is there in Tenerife beyond Tide?
Well, there's the protected landscape of Costa Acentejo. Guajara Mountain and Mountain of the Frailes offer interesting geology. Montaña Roja Special Natural Reserve, too.
Okay.
And you absolutely have to mention the Acantilados de los Gigantes.
The Cliffs of the Giants.
That's them. Huge cliffs plunging into the sea within Teno Rural Park. The views are just spectacular.
Sounds incredible. And Gran Canaria, what are the key natural areas there?
Gran Canaria's got Tamadaba Natural Park, which is quite rugged. Then the Maspalomas Dunes Natural Reserve, another amazing dune system.
Right, so dunes aren't just Fuerteventura.
No, Maspalomas is very famous too. Also Pilancones Natural Park, and then a couple of integral natural reserves, Barranco Oscuro and Inagua, each protecting slightly different habitats.
Okay. And even the smaller islands like La Gomera, they have significant parks too.
Oh, absolutely. La Gomera has Gerjone National Park. That's a UNESCO World Heritage Site because of its ancient laurel forests. It's like stepping back in time.
Wow.
Plus, it has the Los Organos Natural Monument, these amazing coastal basalt columns that look like organ pipes.
Incredible formations.
And the Benchijigua Natural Reserve as well. So yeah, even the smaller islands pack a punch.
It's clear there's just this incredible variety across the archipelago.
Truly. And, you know, a good tip for anyone planning to visit these parks.
Yeah.
Start at the information centers. They call them interpretation centers sometimes. They give you really good context, maps, what to look out for. Makes the visit much richer.
That makes sense. Good advice. Okay, let's shift slightly to the living things, flora and fauna.
Right. Well, the biodiversity is, again, pretty remarkable. Plant-wise, there are around 2,000 different species.
2,000?
Yeah. And what's really special is that over 500 of those are endemic.
Meaning they only exist there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They evolved on the islands, and you won't find them anywhere else on Earth. Which sadly also means quite a few are rare or endangered.
Right. Really highlights why those protected areas are so crucial.
Definitely. And the animal life has its unique stars, too.
Like what?
Well, there's the Haria lizard, which is the smallest of this group called Galotius lizards that have really diversified across the islands. Plus endemic skinks, a unique gecko.
Fascinating. And what about birds? I hear it's a good spot for bird watchers.
Oh, very much so. The islands are home to bird species that are specific either to the whole Macaronesia region,
Which is?
that's the Canaries, Azores, Cape Verde, Madeira, and the Savage Isles.
Okay, got it.
Or some birds are even endemic to just one specific Canary Island.
Wow, so real specialist species.
Exactly. That's why ornithologists love it. You might see things like the white-faced storm petrel or the really stunning blue chaffinch, which is endemic to Tenerife and Gran Canaria specifically.
It really sounds like the Canaries offer just an amazing range of things for visitors to experience.
Totally. From those, dramatic volcanic scenes and coasts to the unique wildlife and all the adventure potential.
Hiking, exploring.
Exactly. Whether you're into tough hikes, checking out national parks, finding unique plants and animals, or even just looking up at the stars.
There's something there.
There really is something special within, the broader context of what Spain offers.
Well, for listeners who are now thinking, right, I want to know more, especially about walking and wildlife holidays in Spain, the Wildside Holidays website is a brilliant place to start. Loads of information there.
Yes, and it's worth mentioning the person behind a lot of the detailed information we've drawn on today, that's Clive Muir.
Right. He's based in Western Andalucía, isn't he? Been there quite a while.
Yeah, about 20 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
And he puts a huge amount of effort into running these really useful English language tourist info websites.
For places like Cádiz, Ronda, Grazalema.
And the Caminito del Rey path, too.
Ah, okay. So he has other specific sites people can check out.
He does. There's Ronda today,
Mm.
which is great if you're planning a visit to Ronda.
Yeah?
Visiting Cádiz for Cádiz City and Province info.
Okay.
And the official Caminito del Rey website, which is where you'd go to book tickets for that walk.
That's really helpful. And his main platform, Wildside Holidays, it promotes a certain type of tourism.
Yes, it's very much focused on promoting sustainable and eco-friendly tourism options in Spain. Responsible travel.
Which is increasingly important, of course.
Absolutely.
So lots to think about. As we wrap up, maybe the question for you, the listener, is what sparks your curiosity most?
Mm-hmm. Which island calls to you? Or is it a specific activity like climbing tide or exploring that marine reserve?
Yeah. Hopefully this has given you a taste of the incredible diversity waiting to be discovered in Spain, especially out there in the Canaries. Definitely worth delving deeper.